Ubisoft and its developers are doubling down on Season 2, and man, let me tell you, the hype train has just hit into second gear with this dev stream. Now, a lot of information was given out, so I'm just going to go down as they gave it. So please forgive me if I forget something. Like I said, it was a lot of information. The stream was about an hour and 30 minutes. A lot of interesting stuff, a lot of boring stuff too. So I'm going to try to point out the things that I found the most interesting and the things I believe you guys will find the most interesting too. Now, if I miss something or if I don't go into detail about something, feel free to subscribe. I will be having videos about some of these things in depth. I will have in-depth videos about them, such as the maps, such as some of the gear that we saw, and such as some of the specific things that were mentioned in this dev stream. Now, right on to it, we're going to move right into some of the housekeeping things that they talked about. Starting off, they talked about the stability, and as you know, they released a patch that, with the last patch they released, was supposed to talk about some stability things. They said they have seen improvements with stabilities, but they do recognize that it still has problems. Also, anybody else who's having Xbox DVR problems, such as me, they said that it has been deactivated on purpose, and it will stay deactivated until they figure out what the issue is. Go ahead and mark your calendars for May 15th, Monday. There is a big live stream with the launch of Season 2. I believe it will be at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Not really sure on that, but it will be on Monday, May 15th, a day before Season 2 starts. Friday, we will have, this Friday, tomorrow, we will have a new community event. It will be for brawls. Complete as many brawls that you can, and the reward will be 2,000 steel. Now, first exciting thing, new mythic outfits are already here, complete with new effects. Now, not crazy about all of the effects, but the outfits do look sweet. I love some of the designs on some of them. Go ahead and subscribe if you're interested in that. I will be putting out a video a little bit later of that, talking about those new effects and things like that, and trying to generate a conversation with you guys about it. Now, moving right along to some more technical things, they talked about gear stats. Gear stats was a big topic in this stream. Now, they said that they are working on a full revamp of the system. They're not just tweaking one or two things, but they are doing a full revamp so that they can reduce the gap between players and just rebalance builds and stats. And they'll also represent this with some visible cues now, some visible values, excuse me, that you can see, and then also introduce a new rarity. All of that we'll touch on in a little bit. Like right now, heroes will now have a base stat. So as of now, in Season 1, your hero starts off with absolutely 0 stats, but in Season 2, your hero will have base stats based on said hero. And if you have a gray stat gear, you will be able to compete a little bit better against purple and gold gear. At least that is the goal with that is the purpose and goal of these changes for the stat gear. They've also increased the penalty between gears. So if you modding or if you're gearing up for attack and that takes away defense, then that defense penalty will be greater. At least that is my understanding of it. They also have stat bundles where everything is positive without any negative bonuses, but the positive bonuses will be much lesser than, you know, the bonuses that have negative effects. Moving right along, some Centurion gear was also teased. We'll go more into that a little bit later when we talk about the hero, and boy, do you want to stay around for that. Now, another big thing for some of you trolls out there, sprint speed has been removed from gear. Now, I know some people like to, you know, mod for sprint and just run around the map all day. Well, they've taken out sprint speed because of those reasons, and then they're going to be looking into how to adjust that and so on and so forth. They've also merged some stats and introduced a new stat called defense penetration, which helps reduce the defense value of your opponent. And also, when Season 2 comes, there will be 4 new weapons per hero and 2 new armors per hero. So that is awesome news, big news. I love that everybody is getting something new. You have new motivation to continue to playing your character. Next thing, the new rarity will start at rep 5. So keep that in mind. New rep levels will start at rep 5. If you are already past rep 5 with a said hero, then yes, you will begin to scavenge for those new armor and steel and weapons and so on and so forth that will be released. As far as steel and salvage, the amount of steel and salvage that you need to use the upgrade will be much lower now in Season 2. So, you know, if you need 10,000 to upgrade something, it may be like 7,000 now to upgrade. Now, here's another huge change XP from all games will be increased by 25%. This is a permanent change. Now, they noticed that a lot of people had not leveled up to the place that they thought, so they're increasing the XP values that you'll be able to receive in and after games. Also, another big thing, Season 2 will get a Head Start pack, which will be 4 loot crates. You'll get 4 loot crates and also 12 days of championship status, which will stack on top of that 25% boost that I just mentioned. Now, as far as higher rep rank after 30, there's no higher rep, max rep yet because not a lot of players have reached rep 30, as I said earlier. So in the future they may, but not now. And as far as gear level, just to close it out on gear level, the gear level will go beyond 108. Now, for these maps, they showed the trailer for the 2 new maps, and let me tell you, they are absolutely gorgeous. I love them. I cannot wait to play inside of them. Now, they showed off the Forge, which you can see here, and they said they wanted to try to make it a little bit different than other maps, so we will definitely talk about this later in another video. If you're interested in that, please subscribe. Same thing with Temple Garden. They tried to make it more so serene and not a battlefield, and it is just absolutely beautiful. And keep in mind, these maps will be available to play on all modes, so you will have a specific space set out to play dual mode in these maps. Another thing I noticed, I didn't see many ledges, so all of you ledgers out there, didn't see many, but I'm sure you still have the lava on the Forge map and maybe like another fountain or something you can throw somebody in for the Temple Garden. And then the big stuff, the thing you probably clicked this video for, the Centurion Hero trailer was released. I'm gonna let that play right now. As you can see in the background, we will definitely be breaking down this trailer, what we found out, does it correlate with some of the other videos that we've seen, and as far as what our thought processes were on what the play styles and stuff will be. If you're interested in that, again, go ahead and subscribe, but we will definitely be looking at this later. I'm not going to go into detail about it right now, but it looks absolutely amazing. A lot of people in the comments have been complaining about the Centurion not having a shield. They actually addressed this. They said he doesn't have a shield because the Warlord has one, and they basically just wanted to give the hero a different flavor, and I can respect that. It's what I assumed. You have 2 characters with a short sword and a shield, and they didn't want to do that. They wanted to do something different, and from an artistic perspective, it makes sense to me. Some people still don't like it, but oh well. And then they also showcased the 4 sets of armor for the Centurion, which you can see right here, and also the 4 new weapons for the Centurion. And I mean, it just looks glorious. Hold on, let me wipe my mouth because I am drooling. I cannot wait to get my hands on this character and go play with him. And then when I thought they could do no more, when I thought the hype could go no higher, they showed the Shinobi trailer, which I'm gonna play right here. And again, we will look at this more in depth a little bit later in another video, but his moves look absolutely ridiculous. They're a little bit more mythic. I see some warping around, looks like here, and even in one of the trailers, because they did showcase his 4 sets of armor and his weapons, and you can see some of the inspiration. They had my boy Scorpion in there, as you can see right there, and maybe these little teleporting looking moves have something to do with that. But I don't know. Like I said, we will take a look, a more in-depth look a little bit later. And as far as all you guys with Q&A and stuff like that who have other random questions, they said next week they will actually talk about the gameplay and the moves of these 2 characters, and I cannot wait for that because we've had a long discussion on one of my videos about all these moves, and I want to see how correct we were. And then they talked about they had a Q&A, and they talked about balance changes for console and PC, and they just said they're monitoring it because, as you know, the PC runs at 60 frames per second, and some issues that we may have on the console they may not have on the PC. So people want to know, are they going to balance for both of them separately? And they say they are looking into it. There also will be releasing a patch to help with the dead zone. So some of you who are having issues blocking and countering and things like that on your controller, starting on Season 2, they should be having that ready to go. And also in Season 2, they're going to adjust the guard change because as it is, Right now, each character has a different timing for their guard change, but they're going to be adjusting that in Season 2. And another awesome thing that they're going to be looking into doing, or they're actually going to be doing, is giving you the ability to fully remap your controls. So if you want to put chat on another button and so on and so forth, you will still be able to do that. Anybody concerned about feats, they are investigating the feats as far as to figure out what they should change, add, take away, so on and so forth. They're looking at the flicker bug. If you want to know about the flicker bug, they're looking at that. They're looking at the turtle meta, and then they're also looking at neutral color swap for team modes, and that's actually something that they're working on at this very moment. Another thing, guard break feint will be removed in Season 2. Some people are able to feint the guard break. If you know how to do it, great. If not, don't worry about it, because it's going to be out of the game in only about a week or so. And, you know, funny enough, we just had a video talking about armor we wanted to see. Somebody asked the question, will Apollyon's armor be in PvP? Short answer, no. And then also looking at the Conqueror, because he only has one strong strategy, and it's too early to talk about how they will be changing him. So if you're a Conqueror main, look out for some buffs, maybe some nerfs, maybe just to give your character a little bit more options, to give him a different strategy instead of just, you know, hit, rush, hit, shield bash, rush, and so on and so forth. But guys, like I said, let me know what you think about this dev stream. I'll try to put a link or actually upload it later when it comes out. If I like the quality of the sound, I will, and if not, then I won't. So I apologize with that. But keep in mind, Ubi does put this dev stream up on their page, and you know, you can go view it, the whole thing there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What are you most excited about that was mentioned in this stream? I know you're going to have people talking about stability. That's something that they're working on. But outside of stability, what are you looking at that you're most excited about? Is it the stats? Is it the new maps? Is it the new heroes? Is it their new trailers, which look amazing? And look for those too. I'm going to be putting those up also. But as always, that's all I have for now. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.